Okay, so in this module, we're going to be talking about anatomy of a successful post. This is a really fun module for me to do, and especially because it really is the reason I think most people are getting ghosted on Craigslist if they're still continually getting ghosted, okay? And this is definitely the reason why. If everything else has checked and you made sure everything else is clean, meaning like if your IP is good, you're following every parameter and yet you're still having problems with flagging or ghosting, I guarantee you it's this reason here. Okay? So, it's all about the duplicate content filter. Okay? You have to pass it, and there's really a simple way to trick it, and I'll show you. Okay? So, the elements of a successful live ad are it passes that duplicate content filter I keep talking about. Guys, I can't stress it enough. That is probably the most critical element to pass when we're talking about ghosting, especially if you're posting in the jobs section now in 2014, where it's all about content. There's no more images. I mean, you can upload an image, but I mean, there's no HTML images, and there's no real live links or anything else. So the only thing the spiders are reading anymore is actually the content itself. So to get through those spiders, I'm going to show you in a second here. You also still should be passing the duplicate link filter. Not so much in free job posts where there's no live links, but I still, for whatever reason, try to change out my link, but I don't think it actually matters. I think that's all part of the content now. Craigslist doesn't actually read it as a link anymore because it's not a live link, but I still pass that filter just in case. And of course, the blacklist filter, and that just includes words that we've already talked about, such as, work from home, make money online, blah, 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 blah. And Power Network's one that you do not want to use on Craigslist. I'll tell you that right now. So if you're in that opportunity, do not be throwing around that word. And just keep it low key. The key to success on Craigslist really is keeping it low key. Don't be that guy, that wow guy with all those symbols and crap in your titles. Don't do that. I'll show you in a second here when we jump over live on Craigslist exactly what to do and what not to do. Okay, so that's the elements of a successful live ad. Now, what I've actually done here is went and grabbed a live ad on Craigslist, which is not mine, by the way, but it easily could have been mine, and I have a feeling they modeled their ad after one of mine because this is the exact same format as one of my ads that I've been using for a very long time. Either way, this is a really, really good ad. This is actually a perfect ad in my opinion. Like literally, what is in front of your face is a perfect Craigslist ad in every sense of the word. I mean, other than the fact that they're using phone numbers. I don't really suggest putting your phone number, especially if it's your real phone number, on Craigslist. That's just, oh my God. I did that one time and I'll never do it again. I literally had over 300 calls in a day. And I mean, my mind was melting. I couldn't even believe it. So I don't suggest putting your real email or your real phone number in an ad, but I'll talk about a real easy way to use phone numbers in an ad if you want to. Okay? I'll include a bonus module for that. Okay, so talking about how this ad, now this ad is already following everything, but let's say you wanted to post this ad several times on Craigslist today, and you really, you want to pass that duplicate content filter. So you want to use the same ad in multiple areas across, the United States or even in your home area, and you just want to keep posting that same ad. Well, the first thing Craigslist is going to do is run that algorithm to check for duplicate content. The spiders crawl the page in one of two ways. The first scan scans the page coming from above, okay? And then the second scan scans coming from the bottom. So it scans the page from the top and then from the bottom, and it's looking for a couple things when it does this. And it's really, now I'm gonna be honest here, I'm not entirely sure 100% what the scan looks for, but I know for one thing that it's always worked for me. If I change the top 3 lines on a post, no matter what it is, the top 3 lines, if I change it, it passes that first scan, okay? Every single time. Now, it could be the same 3 lines, guys, just rearranged, or worded slightly differently, okay? And then the same thing on the bottom scan, you have to change the bottom 3 lines. So These are the things that need to change to pass the duplicate content filter. Everything else in the middle can literally stay exactly as is, and I mean literally. Like you don't even have to touch the middle of the ad if you don't want to. I do, just to really help with the. I don't know. I get paranoid, but I'm telling you this right now. There was a time where I was really, really lazy, and I was just posting ads up as fast as possible, and the only thing I was changing was literally the top 3 lines and the bottom 3 lines, and it passed the scan, okay? So if it passes the scan, of course it's going to go live. It's not going to go ghost it, provided that you followed every other parameter that I've told you thus far to keep in check, which includes your IP, staying locally, making sure everything is fresh, and this is how you keep your ads fresh right here, what I'm demonstrating. So pretty much this is what needs to change in order to pass your duplicate content filter. So when the spiders crawl from the top, you don't want to be using the same top 3 lines, and you don't want to be using the bottom same 3 lines. This ad is laid out perfectly for this demonstration because there's actually 3 top lines and 3 bottom lines. I couldn't have asked for a better model ad, honestly. And again, the middle can actually stay just as is. So what we're going to do now is I'm actually just going to jump over onto Craigslist Live for you, and we're going to get right into it, and I'm just going to model ads to show you exactly what I would do if I was trying to use the same ad over and over again to get it to stick and not go ghost it. Okay, so I'll see you there. Okay guys, here we are over on Craigslist, and what we're going to do is we're going to create some ads. Now I'm not going to be posting these live, of course. I'm just going to show you as if I was posting them live, going through those different parameters I just talked about, and all the different ways that you can really get your ad to go live and stick. Okay, so I'm not logged into an account, but this wouldn't usually be there if you were logged into an account. You don't need to log into an account, by the way. You can just enter your email, even if it's associated with the account or not. There'll be a live demonstration in Module 9 of me posting without an account. It shows you that you don't even need to be logged in, and that's actually a really powerful technique. Okay, so for the sake of time, I've actually already gone ahead and posted in an ad here for you, and I'm just going to steal this guy's title, and we're just going to use that for demonstrational purposes. Okay, and I'm just going to put surrounding areas. Now surrounding areas works really well. Just don't overuse it, because if every ad starts saying that, then people kind of start to catch on to trends. Okay, so either put surrounding areas, put your actual where it is you're posting, and another cool trick about this little specific area thing is that you can actually put in and let me just show you that this is something that not a lot of people talk about, and you can just actually put in your site right here, and that's a really powerful way of advertising your site without even getting them to click your ad, really. I mean, literally that'll come up right in the Craigslist listings. So if you pop out of here, it would actually be right here. It would say www.workforme.com. I don't know. It would say it right there though, and they don't actually. If the title was compelling enough, they wouldn't even click the damn link. They would, or they probably would, but they have a good shot of actually just copying that right out of here and going right into your website. So you can play around with that if you want. It's just a cool thing that I've played around with myself, and I honestly didn't track conversions on it. I couldn't really, and then I found out a way that if you wanted to track this, what you would have to do is make this link literally a completely different tracking link than the link in your ad. Okay, so you can tell if anybody's actually using this link or not. That'd be the only way to know, honestly. So just a cool tip there for you. All right, so we got an ad here, and I'm just going to throw in what is it, 400 weekly. That sounds good. All right, so always check your part-time box. Okay, now that's another cool trick that you should be paying attention to. You can put telecommuting okay, because I'm pretty sure everybody's going to be doing work from home. So anyway, part-time is another cool trick, because if you come into Fort Myers over here, Part-time is its own category. So there's a lot of people who already have jobs who are just looking for a part-time job or something else that can earn them money on the side. So part-time is a really, really strong advantage to your ads if you actually click that part-time. So now you actually come up in 3 different categories, and I say 3 because all jobs listed are always going to come up if somebody clicks this right here, jobs. Every job that is posted goes there. You'll also be in your main category, which let's just say is customer service. So you'll come up in this. If they click this, you'll be listed here. And you'll also come up in a 3rd category, which is right here, part-time. So you actually have 3 times the exposure by just clicking that part-time. Okay, so it's awesome. Pay attention. Yeah, whatever. Let's just say, no, I hate you at gmail.com. I didn't even spell it right, but it doesn't matter. It's fake. I'm not actually going to be using anything. Alright. So, this is our ad at the moment. Okay, so this is a really cool ad. One that I've used that converts amazingly well. And in fact, it serves a good purpose for what we'll be talking about in a second here. Okay, so now what I want to do is I want to make this ad again, right? Now let's just say this ad exactly as is. I posted this ad, boom, published, it went live, right? Alright, so at this point what would happen is you want to post another ad, of course, right? Because you should be posting 2 ads from the same account. Now let's say you are posting, let's just say you're running with one offer and one offer only. So all your ads are directed to the same place, okay? Whatever it is, your business, I don't know what it would be, but let's just say it's a CPA or your business, whatever your business is that you're doing on Craigslist, and you only have one offer going. Obviously, all your ads are going to look a lot alike, I would guess. Okay, so now we're going to jump back over in here and post the same ad again, right? Now, this is a really powerful lesson on posting from the same account, let alone posting the same ad over and over again entirely. There's 2 things that Craigslist does when it scans for duplicate content. It makes sure that there's 2 filters basically. One, it searches all of Craigslist database for the duplicate content. So it searches all of Craigslist posts first, and it will pass. Let me just say that again. It will pass. I mean, an exact carbon copy of your ad will pass the filter and post live, provided that it is on a different IP and a different account. Okay, so it actually would pass as a carbon copy if they were posted from separate IPs and separate accounts. I've tested this and it actually does work. However, if you're on the same account or remember this, or the same IP, things need to change, and that's all the duplicate content. And I highly recommend changing everything on every post anyway, just to be safe, and it dramatically increases the chances of your ads going unghosted and staying live. Okay, so we just posted this exact same ad in here. The first thing that I would need to do is change out that title. Okay, so customer service and sales 400 weekly. There's a title. What would I do here? Something, I mean, really similar. I would put full-time, part-time, CSRs, and sales 400 week. Now look, it's like the exact same title. One looks a lot prettier, this one, and one, not so much. But it for our purposes, it doesn't even matter. Actually, what I would actually do is this, full-time, part-time, and put this CSR and sales in parentheses. I might just do CSRs. Yeah, it looks a little bit better like that. Alright, full-time, part-time. I might even put a little thing there just to kind of give more space. And that would be it. Throw in your Fort Myers here. You can put the postal code if you know it. Don't worry about it if not. It helps, but it doesn't mean anything. Okay, so now let's get on to it. Alright, so first of all, what I would do. Alright, I already can tell you what I'm going to do to change out my ad already. So we have this at the bottom here. Boom. What the first thing I'm going to do is copy this, delete it. I'd come right up to the top, come right down here. In fact, I would just post this straight at the top. Alright, then I would do this, copy this, boom, come down here, boom, hiring. I would even just, this is literally what I do, guys, and copy. In fact, I don't even like the way that looks. It just doesn't even make sense, honestly. So the next thing I would do is this, and then I would just write this needed. Alright, that processors representatives needed. That sounds a lot better. I would actually, and this is what I mean, like you can keep the body exactly the same, but things that I like doing, and just like, I mean, it's mostly for like ease of mind, to tell you the truth. It's not that it's even necessary. It's just that it makes me feel a lot better about everything in my ad. Okay, so, and then that. All right, and what was the bottom of our my site? Yeah, you can keep the please apply at your site, because even though that's still the first line, you're going to have two new lines that the scan's going to pass through that that's not exactly the same. Okay, so coming back over here, let's just go to edit text real quick. I just need that. Yeah, sure. Okay. Again, you can just keep this exactly the same. Done with images. Done with images. Alright. So, here's ad 1, right? This one went live, posted. Now here's ad 2 from the same account, and I'm telling you right now, both of these ads would go live and they would stay live because, you know, provided that everything else was in check, all my, you know, everything, you know, IP and all that stuff was all good. But for the duplicate content filter, this would pass, okay? Because look, you know, the spider's going to crawl from the top, and it's going to hit this first, then this, and then it's going to read this. Okay, then it's just going to leave the rest of the ad alone. Then when it scans again from the bottom, it's going to hit this, then it's going to hit all this, right? Well, on this ad, it's completely different at the top. So the first 3 lines that the spider's going to read is these, which are completely different than the 3 lines over here. Just to show you here. Okay, so look, 3 lines up here, completely different, so we're good. Okay, and then 3 lines down here, 3 lines down here, completely different, even though these 2 are the same. So one other thing that I would do actually to really I should have said this, and I do this all the time, just not paying attention, is this. Usually I actually put the website on a different line, and I usually do this. I usually put please apply below. Please apply below at, well, please apply at the link below. Okay. Let me show you a really cool trick. That's stupid simple, but it works for tricking the spiders. Alright, so please apply at the link below. And guess what we're going to do over here? I'm sure many of you have already guessed what I'm going to do. And I'm going to get rid of that. Come back down here. And please apply at the link above. Isn't that something? So it actually changes the first lines that the spiders read, and it's a really awesome way of using your link at the bottom and being able to scan. And okay, so basically this is the anatomy of a successful post as far as passing the duplicate content filter. Now, one couple other things that I want to talk about that can really increase your basically your ads sticking, and that's something that I call an anchor, and that would be well, let's just go to a paid city if I can find one. South Florida, Miami, and come into customer service and just grab whatever you see up here. And this right here is what I call an anchor. Okay, and an anchor is just something that Craigslist is going to read and leave alone. Now, on text ads like this with no HTML, anchors are not really effective, and I wouldn't put it on this. But if this was in a paid area, anything that has live links or live HTML or anything like that, put this at the bottom. And first of all, it serves as two things. It would be the first thing that the spider read, which is awesome because it's reading their own link. So I'm pretty sure the spider would just stop at that point and leave the ad alone for the rest of the ad. And it's also it's a completely different text than any of your other ads. So the first line is completely different. So it passes the duplicate content filter as well. So it serves two purposes. Okay, so one other way to use an anchor in your posts, and it's a modified anchor, as I call it, since it's not actually using a paid city link as your anchor. It's this anchor is specifically just to pass the duplicate content filter. So if you want your bottom three ads to always, your bottom three lines in your ads to always be exactly the same, what you could do is just use an anchor or a modified anchor, as I've been calling it. And what that simply means is it just create like a whole bunch of crap down here. Oh, sorry. Just, a whole bunch of ridiculous text down here. Or one thing that you could do is if you were afraid that somebody was going to see it, you could easily just put, and I usually do this, helps, and then you can put this, and then you can literally just like create like a WordPad file or something of like just a bunch of like jobs or something. So like real estate, human resources, general labor, data entry, data processing. Oh. And you get the idea. Just come up with a bunch of different job titles, and you can easily put that down here at the bottom and create like a text anchor, which is really just to pass the duplicate content filter from the scan on the bottom. So, and then later on, what you could do is easily just rearrange the lines that you have here. I would always suggest at least 3 lines deep of these. So, and it could actually just be the same jobs over and over again, worded differently, because nobody's actually going to go read all this. And what you could do here is just drop this like all the way down to the bottom, create a bunch of white space, and and what would happen is once you go to post this, you have this, and there's your site, and all the way down here you have like these little things down here, and you can actually put that like closer to the top too. You don't have to drop it all the way to the bottom of, you know, the anchor. But if you want to do this bottom anchor thing, another really like fast method to get this done really fast is just like literally put anything in there. I mean anything. So if you're using the anchoring technique, one way of just like, you could literally just go grab like, just I'm just telling you, like literally anything that you want, just copy that, and this any random text will work. Oh, sorry, that wasn't what I meant to do. Any random text will work, and then you just hit continue, and done with images. And just make sure that it's completely random every time you push your ad. So that's all the way down here, and it doesn't even look that bad, to tell you the truth. It's just, you know, completely random. But you know, you just put that down below the white. Basically, you want to create a kind of a white barrier. You don't really want them to scroll down there, but if they do, you know, whatever. I don't think it's going to be a whole huge issue. But that's like a really awesome way to pass the duplicate content filter as well. And now all you have to worry about is changing the top 3 lines of your ad and your title, and you're good. Okay, so that's a modified anchor, and that's really just to pass duplicate content, not so much to pass. You know, the live anchoring technique works only if you have a live link. So in a paid city, this works really well. And yeah, so that's that, guys. That's the end of the anatomy of a post. I hope you guys understand now what it takes to, you know, really get through these different scans to make sure your ads don't go ghosted. So as you can see, recap here of just 2 of the exact same ads and how they would pass the filter. You know, all I did was change the top half up here and the bottom half down here. And alternatively, you can use a text modified anchor to just generate random text. I mean, it could literally be anything. I mean, you could just go to like google.com and just like, I mean, come up with anything. You just I don't know. I mean, seriously, you could use this as your text anchor. I don't know. Any text you can think of, you can just drop in here, as long as it's completely random and, you know, the spiders crawling it, and, you know, don't associate it with another post that you've posted. You're good. So that's it. I'll see you guys on the next one. Thanks.